What we learned sending over 100 million emails per month. The size of your list does matter, but it doesn't matter how you think it does, right? So a lot of people are so focused on the massive number of people that are on their subscriber base and sending it. It takes me back to the days in the real estate industry when we would have different launches and products moving, and people always would say, hey, my list is 100,000 people, or my list is 200,000 people. Well, that's great and all if you've accumulated 200,000 emails over a 10-year period, right? Congratulations, but that's not really the size of your list. Yes, that's the total number, but it's not the size of your list. What matters is the engaged part of your list. So yeah, you might have a 100,000 person email list, but only 10% are truly engaged. So I'm going to get into how to build those engagements up, how to actually know who's engaged and who's not, all that good stuff here in this video. So let's start with engagement statistics, right? Like the process of figuring out who's engaged. Number one, what you want to do is look at how many people have opened your emails. Now, open statistics can be a little skewed, they're not perfect, but it's the first measure that you want to put towards your engagement side. So if you've got 100,000 people that you've added to your list in the last 2 years, but you only have 10,000 people that have opened in the last, let's say, 90 days, well, that's your engagement. You don't have a 100,000 person list, you got 100,000 people that are listening and opening in the last 90 days. And then from there, what you want to look at is how many people click. And this is actually a little bit better of an engagement metric than opens, but it's the click, right? So now you want to look at how many people have clicked an email, let's say in the last year, last 6 months, last 120 days. You want to see what that number is. It's usually going to be less than the opens, right? But it's still a good metric of people that are truly engaged inside your subscriber base. And then the next metric that you want to use is how many people were newly added. How many new leads are you adding into your system on a daily basis? Are you adding 5,000, 10,000 leads a day? Are you adding 10 leads a day? Either way, whatever that number is, you want to take that number and say, hey, look, they're newly added. They haven't even had a chance to engage yet. So we're going to go ahead and email them for 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days. So you're going to set up and determine what that is until you get an action. So when you build this engagement piece, it's called a sunset policy, meaning, hey, we got 120 or 90 day clickers. We've got anyone who's opened in the last, let's say, 60 days, and anyone who's been newly added in 15 days. And anyone who was added and then opened will then get put into the segment of 60-day opens. Anyone who has opened and clicked will be put into the 90-day clicker segment, right? So you're kind of extracting those people out and keeping them engaged. What happens though is if you're adding, let's say, 30,000 emails to your database a month of contacts of people that are opting in, and you continuously email those contacts month in, month out, and they never engage with you, it's a complete waste of time, money, effort, and ruins your reputation on the email, on the ISPs out there. So anyways, your list may be big, but is it engaged is what I want to drive home in this point for you here. So now one tactic for you is the first follow-up series. What are you doing on your follow-up process to get that person engaged? You could take something that is your hot, maybe you've got an email you've sent in the past that's got massive, really strong opens, really strong clicks, massive engagement. That could become your first evergreen email that goes out to people to improve your engagement going out of the gate, right? Now maybe you've got a couple of those. So that's one way to get that done in your first follow-up is, a lot of times people just put in a simple email. It's like, thanks. Here's your PDF or here's your deliverable, right? And then they don't think anything else about it, and then they email them whenever they feel like it. So if you're not emailing them consistently, build out a 3 or 5 day flow that has your most engaged content, your most engaged information in front of them. So when they open or click, they're getting added into your engaged segment, and you're bringing them into you and following you and listening to the stuff you're doing. So one other great way to do this is and I've talked about it previously in some other videos, but is media hacking. Every industry has a set of topics that they're super passionate about, right? So what you can do is figure out what your market's super passionate about, leverage real-time media and stuff that's going on in the industry, inside of your emails to get them engaged. And so these are just some of the tips that we've learned over sending 100 million emails a month out to our customers and our clients and our different newsletters that we've got. These are the things that we've learned with generating anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 leads a day inside of into our system. So, take these tips for what they are, as ways for you to, one, get better engaged lists, and two, make more money. So thank you. If you enjoyed the video, gained some value, do me a favor, hit that like button, comment, share,